Hey folks, welcome to the Bourbon Kentuckian. You'll have to excuse my voice today. I'm still getting over a cold, so just bear with me here. But anyway, what I have in front of me today are a couple of dusty miniature bottles. This one's an Old Quaker from 1963, and this one is an Old Grandad from 1965. And the reason I'm making this video is I want to see how well these miniature bottles retain their flavor over the years. Now, if you know anything about Dusties, you know that the full-size bottles can retain their flavor for decades, but I've heard some people say that these mini bottles don't, so I guess there's only one way to find out. I'm going to carefully cut these tack strips with a razor blade to preserve them as good as I can, and then I'll get these out in a glass for you guys. I'll be right back. Well, I have to say right off the bat, just opening these, you can smell it. They smell great, absolutely fantastic. And just for the sake of a control here, I have a modern Old Grandad 114 to compare to the Old Grandad from 1965. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the Old Grandad here. And first off, the color is extremely light. It has a little bit of a cloudiness to it, but I mean, not too bad. See if you guys can get a good look at that. Oh my gosh. On the nose, you get hit with the dusty funk right off, but there is such a sweetness to this. It's sweet butterscotch and caramel. And if you don't know what dusty funk is like, the best way I can describe it is like being in an old library a little bit. It's unique, but wow. Okay. Cheers. Well, I have to say that dusty funk really came over into the palate a little too strong. Tastes like old paper. I'm a little upset, but it's okay. But let's move on to the Old Quaker now and see how it does. Already has a spicier smell compared to the Old Grandad. Probably a little more rye forward. This one has a darker color to it, if you guys can see that. But still kind of the same butterscotch caramel note. I'm not particularly good at picking up intricate little subtle notes, so you'll have to bear with me a little bit, but let's give this one a try. Oh wow. This one held up much better. You still get that dusty funk, the papery, a little too dusty, but this one definitely carried through. Has a good, nice oaky flavor. Definitely a little spicier too. Like I said, on the nose, it carries over. But yeah, it's pretty good. Unfortunately, I don't have a modern Old Quaker because it was discontinued. I'm not sure when, but I do have this old bottle I found in my backyard just for display purposes. I fill it with water and food coloring, but I have to say, this one held up really, really well. Wow. And for the Old Granddad 114, just for comparison's sake, even though that one's a little bit, yeah, but first thing I noticed, it's nowhere near as sweet as the old Granddad. It's a lot more spice forward, has a lot more of a kick to it. Of course, higher proof too, but color wise, they're pretty similar, really. Not much I can say about 114. I think it's a great value for what it costs, but at the end of the day, it's still cheap. But it makes a great old fashioned if you're in the market for that. But yeah, I think this just about wraps this video up. Unfortunately, the Old Granddad did not hold up well, so I learned my lesson on that one, I guess. But the Old Quaker held up great, so I guess you never know. Thank you guys for watching. If you don't care, leave a like on this video and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Hopefully I sound better next time. I'll try, but in the meantime, take care.